And that is the way the cookie crumbles. We're back. What episode is this?
4.
That's not right. It's 5.
4 3/4?
Yeah. You said this last time. Last time I said this is episode 4. He's like, more like 4.5. Like we had an episode 4.
It's because not
it was
everybody...
because we thought we were gonna cut it short.
But how does that equate to 4.5?
Plus, it's not a long episode. It's not the full length.
So wouldn't that be 3.5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Listen, don't attack Jesus like this. He's a married man.
I'm American.
He said
married man.
I said American.
Okay.
Sure, that one's debatable. I haven't seen too much proof on that one, but okay. Okay. Hey, whoa. Don't get too defensive, bud.
Haven't you seen his ID? It says Will Smith.
It says
Careful what you're going to say.
It says McLovin.
Okay. It says Fogel. So, first thing I want to talk about, the world's ending. The whole country is under snow.
Texas
is under snow.
Ending.
Yeah, they've not had power all day. Oh, for the past 2 days.
Does your family have power?
Luckily, my family has power.
Oh.
But some people... So, apparently, it's not anyone's fault. It's like the government controlling it, like limiting the power. Because I guess since everyone else is also in snow, we gotta sacrifice someone.
That makes no sense.
I don't know. It's to conserve energy.
Conserve energy?
I think so. That's what I've been hearing.
But they need energy.
Yeah.
I've never heard that happen before. But okay.
Texas isn't built for
I
this.
think I've heard about people doing that in the past. Like doing blackouts.
Like
things
scheduled
like that.
blackouts?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say too much on this. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't seen any snow.
In Texas?
In anywhere.
You were just complaining about
Yeah, your car was stuck.
When did I say that? My car works fine.
Well, my car is a manual, and we got in it this morning, and I tried to do this, and it didn't move. My clutch is frozen.
Why don't you just chip it? Ice pick.
Are you okay?
No. Seem a little off today.
A little off today.
I am.
What's on your mind?
What's on your mind? This is what the podcast is about now.
I don't know.
Is it just like a big snowstorm coming in?
Yeah.
Well, it's just like the whole... Well, what I saw was that, you know those Arctic winds that usually are up at the top?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know about those.
They're starting to come down because the hot air is going to the north. So I don't know. How much of climate stuff?
Okay, Mr. Science.
Okay, Mr. Okay, Mr. Global Warming. It's snowing outside. It's not warm.
Okay, Al Gore.
Okay, Al Gore. Stop peeking the audio. I don't know about you guys. For a long time, I would hear Al Gore, and I would think of Weird Al Yankovic.
I can never pronounce his last name.
What's the difference?
One's way cooler than the other.
One's whiter than sour cream.
They're both white.
One invented the internet.
Weird Al?
No, Al Gore.
He
invented the internet?
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
I feel like that's debatable. I feel like Weird Al invented the internet.
No, it's like an actual thing. I think that's something he claimed to do.
Al Gore?
Like, I think he mainly meant, like, the internet became a huge thing under the Clinton administration.
We're about to fact check you. You better be right.
Did Al Gore
invent the internet?
Dude, you're about to look so dumb.
According to Gizmodo.
That's a whole long article. It's gonna have a whole introductory paragraph before it says anything.
There's gonna be a cover letter first.
See, you guys are missing the point. It was just a joke. That he claimed he invented the internet.
That's funny.
Now it's a joke that we're checking you. Now that you're held accountable, it's a joke.
Now it's a joke.
You guys look like fools. Because I was right.
What has proven you right?
This article.
You know what? I'm glad we're having this conversation because we've been getting a lot of critiques about the podcast. on our range of ideas not being wide enough.
White?
White?
White enough?
I think we've also gotten complaints about that too.
We're not going to get into that discussion. Well, I'm just going to not entertain that. Yeah. How much snow did we get? Did Estes get?
I think it was like 18 inches at most.
Wowza,
That's what they
wowza.
estimated.
Wah.
I'm going based off of my weather app, and that thing is a load of garbage. I'll tell
3
ya.
school buses long
Yes.
3 school buses long.
of snow.
It's definitely past my ankle.
It's definitely more than an inch.
My car got stuck.
My car is still stuck.
You didn't even try getting it out.
I did.
You did a root. Oh no, it's not getting.
It wasn't
out.
gonna move.
Yes.
I feel like it could have moved.
You didn't push at all, Christopher?
Did you shovel for your parents? I know you were complaining about that.
I did.
You should have brought that shovel.
Yeah. Listen, we'll use our hands.
Why do you? Use
Anyways,
Because we don't have shovels.
I'm sure we can find a shovel.
No, it's fine. I have sand if you need any.
What's
Why?
that gonna do?
It's so that you can,
traction?
get traction.
Did you see how
I
piloted
didn't know
my
that
car
was a
was?
thing.
Yeah.
People also use like 2x4s and like rope
Yep.
that they put on their tires.
Or like a rug.
Yeah.
You can also take out the air in your tires, so it's a little flat. No, this is serious. So you have more surface area.
So you can't drive.
Yeah, that's not completely flat. I saw that in an episode of
Double-edged sword.
Top Gear.
Chris Fix?
I just said Top Gear.
I'm pretty sure Chris Fix said that first.
Well, frick fix, not you, Chris. So I want to talk about another topic. If you see my socks, you'll know where I'm going. Star Wars. The Mandalorian fired Gina. How do you say her last name?
Gina?
Gina Carano.
Carano?
Carano. Carano.
Carano.
Carano. Don't put.
Is she Hispanic?
I hope not.
I thought she was.
Oh, let's see. That's gonna make things so much worse.
Just ask Siri to pronounce it for you.
Her father's name is Glenn, so
Glenn.
she is not Hispanic.
She's white.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
search
pretty
up her
sure
ethnicity.
A Hispanic can be called Glenn.
He played in the NFL.
Does she look white?
Yeah. You don't know what she looks like?
No. I haven't seen The Mandalorian.
Isn't she the lady that played that one girl?
She's a cop.
She's a cop?
She plays
in
a
the
cop.
Mandalorian.
Oh. No, but didn't she play in Deadpool?
Did she?
The one girl that was stronger than... What's
I'm
his
taking
name?
this away.
The Russian guy?
I don't know. I know she was like a UFC fighter.
Oh, wow.
She was in Deadpool.
I could
Wow.
be a UFC fighter.
I can see it.
You can beat McGregor.
Conor McGregor.
The only I'm just not because
We're getting way off topic.
I'm just not.
So,
You were in wrestling.
Let him explain. Why aren't you in UFC?
I just don't want to embarrass everyone else because of how good I am.
Show us a little thing.
I don't want to like embarrass all of you because like
He doesn't want people
I don't wanna
copying
brag. Like
off
I
of
don't
him.
like bragging. I don't like people like acting like I'm the best ever.
Alright.
Even though like, you know,
Yeah.
cause like I don't, cause you know like you guys will be like, oh like I'm kind of jealous of him.
Are we sure Chris is in frame?
Yeah, he's in.
Because I want the world to see the facial expressions that he made because they're so funny. Okay, back to Gina. She was let go from the show. Lucasfilms dropped her ass for comments that she made that were inappropriate. The only ones I've seen were like making fun of masks. So she was an anti-masker or a mask denier.
She doesn't believe in
What's the
that.
difference?
I don't know. You can be a mask denier and not wear a mask. You can be an anti-masker and believe they still work.
I thought I feel like an anti-masker would think that masks don't work,
They lie hand
and
in hand.
denier like, oh,
They're kinda-
I don't want a mask.
There's a lot of overlap there.
She never wore a
Like a-
mask
like a
in The
Venn diagram.
Mandalorian.
It's mostly just a circle.
mask theory.
Mask theory, game theory. And then she also compared Republicans being outed for being Republican as Germans outing Jewish citizens during the Holocaust, during the Nazi regime. So Republicans are now
Well,
Holocaust survivors.
but what are conservatives being outed for?
She didn't say. She
For
just said
having
for
shitty views.
she just said for being conservative, which
And
is
she said the what led up to the Holocaust was like neighbors hating neighbors.
yeah.
I think it was Germans hating Jews.
Not
That-
every German hated a Jew.
No, I think she specifically
Apparently
said
she
neighbors
said
hating neighbors.
Yeah. So how do we feel about that?
Oh, I just realized what you meant when you said that.
It's fine.
Do you guys think she should have been fired?
I don't know.
Apparently there was also I didn't see them, but she was also being transphobic and something else that I do not remember.
I saw. This is off topic, but I saw this thing. It was like a 60-second Snapchat documentary,
What you just sent me?
and it was about a man who like wears a skirt and high heels, and he was like, "I'm actually completely straight. Like, 95% of the people who meet me think that I'm homosexual, but my wife actually thinks I'm kind of homophobic."
I don't know where this came from.
You said transphobic.
Oh, do you guys think she deserved to be dropped? I think it was kind of a terrible thing to say. It's not the worst thing in the world.
I don't have a strong opinion on it.
What about you guys?
Like, what would be, like, the limitations of what you can say before you get dropped by a film production company?
Well, who knows?
Because, I mean,
There was a director who was dropped from Star Wars. Star Wars again. You know who I'm talking about? Because of old tweets he said that were like
James Gunn.
James
Oh.
Gunn, yeah.
That was the Guardians of the Galaxy guy.
Yeah. Well, he
I
was
think-
also doing Star Wars.
Oh. Well, I think stuff like that is a little dumb. If, like, it's
Yeah.
something...
But they ended up bringing him back on. Right.
Well, there's stuff like that where it's like... You just made a fucking joke about pissing... It, like...
Getting touched at his
years ago.
grandpa's house or uncle's house
Yeah, it's like...
when he was a kid.
He's probably past that by now.
Yeah. But this was like
Yeah.
a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And then Republican mobs then pivoted towards Pedro Pascal, who is the Mandalorian. Because in 2018, he posted a picture of children in concentration camps and kids in the camps at the Mexican-American border. They're like, oh, he's doing the same thing. Which I don't think that's anywhere near the same thing.
It's a little... It's more...
It's more acceptable.
It's closer... You're not...
I think it's also different because he's not trying to like victimize himself. He's just
Yeah.
like pure like, oh, these are children, and we fought the Nazis. Americans are all holier than thou, and now look what we're doing. It's more like pointing at the hypocrisy and saying like, oh, I'm the victim when I was just ruling the country. My political party was just
Yeah.
on top of everything.
I mean, the way I see it is that Pedro Pascal was comparing the atrocities of one nation to the other. Yeah, it's not as strong of a comparison because we weren't mass exterminating immigrants at the border, but it was still horrific what
We
the
did.
Trump administration was doing. Americans as in the government has been doing to immigration since the inception of America, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But
Which is-
it's not comparable to
The
someone
Holocaust.
who has power making a statement using Jewish people who were also targeted by their neighbors, by anti-Semitic Germans for their religious beliefs, and then eventually exterminating them, and then comparing that to her feeling like she is being censored because
She's
she's
not.
Republican.
You hit the nail right on the head. You like summed it up perfectly. Like I couldn't get the words together, but yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, there's no. Yeah, sure, you're being held accountable for your shitty beliefs, but it doesn't mean that you are being censored.
Nor being outed and for, like you said, like large extermination.
Yeah.
Like if I did say like, oh, she's a Republican, what would happen to them? And she didn't. And one thing that I've been hating is people online were like, oh, she was fired for being a Republican. No, you missed the point. And also, like, take it up with Lucasfilms. The people are mad and saying this is cancel culture because it was trending like fire her on Twitter. But apparently it came out that like they warned her about this months ago, and they were like, you need to issue an apology immediately. And when she said no, they took her off the press run.
Oh.
For the latest season of Mandalorian. But now they dropped her. Like I said, it's not the worst thing in the world, but like that's just, I don't know how you make those connections.
Yeah.
Someone we know made those connections, but yeah.
I mean, it's not like I fully agree with her being taken down for her views. They
Yeah.
are shitty views, and it's like she should be held accountable.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's not a question of free speech when she is working for a private company where her words can be held liable.
Right. Especially if, and like now that we know, like this wasn't the first time they talked to her, and there's probably a lot of frustration.
Exactly.
But now she's making a movie with Ben Shapiro, so I hope she's really happy.
Perfect.
You go from Lucasfilms at Disney to the Daily Wire.
She goes from being censored at Disney to
Censured?
censured, yes.
And
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to touch your leg.
No.
Or my toes. No, it's
like
because
your toes.
I got fuzz on him on my socks.
There's
Yeah.
already fuzz on my.
No, that's okay. I understand.
Okay.
all right, now Anthony and Jesus are gonna have to lead this one. Impeachment trial fell flat on its face. Do you guys care to? I didn't keep up with it.
What went wrong, and how would you intervene if you were there?
Can I say something and then you correct me?
Yes.
Apparently, the people have come to the conclusion that like, while Republicans who openly said like this was Trump's fault did not want to go with it because they still need those votes. Am I wrong?
I don't know.
I mean, I heard on NPR that one of the Republicans, I think it was a lady, it is a lady, she received a lot of backlash when she went back to whatever state she's from.
Are you talking about Murkowski or Collins?
I don't remember.
Oh, that's probably one of them. They're the only two women that voted against Trump.
Yeah, I think it was a woman. But I think the ones that did, they weren't too worried about their votes.
Yeah.
They're just kind of like, I want to do the right thing. I want to.
The right thing.
Because I mean, it's up for debate. I mean, some people think it's debatable, some people don't. But the thing that was the reason that it fell flat on his face was because it was what's it called? Impeachment trial, not a criminal trial. If it was a criminal trial, it would have went a whole different direction.
That's so stupid.
Rather
But I
than
mean,
being an impeachment, because
it is kind of a criminal trial. He was being tried for inciting treason.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like the way that at least
Or
how
inciting an insurrection.
the way that I understood it was that they're done completely different. For example, like the jurors or somebody were meeting with people behind
Yeah.
closed doors
Yeah.
to talk about
Which you're
that.
not allowed to do in
In
a
a-
regular court case.
Yeah. So that's primarily why I think it fell flat. And because like already every single senator was like, I already know how I'm going to vote. It doesn't even matter. And I don't remember if it was you that said that, or no, it was George. George was talking about that. He asked me, how do you feel about it? And I was like, I mean, it's whatever it comes out to be. It's like, you don't think it's like a sideshow or something? It's
Oh yeah, he did bring that up.
that like they're just doing it for the show,
I guess so. I think it's just more to like one, send a message, and to like stomp the fire out completely.
Yeah.
Like we don't want to deal with anything 2024 and onward.
Yeah, and that's most of like the Democrats' like reasoning for why they wanted the trial to even like happen.
Right. Yeah, and that's the only reason I was for it, because when I heard about the impeachment again, I'm like, it might be a gimmick, but I agree on that point. You know.
Well, the thing about impeachment is that if it were to have gone through, then he wouldn't be able to run for president again.
Right.
He would lose like his pensions that he gets for being president. He would lose his security details, his like travel allowance, all these different perks that he gets for being a former president. He would lose all of that.
I would hate to be a former president.
I think you would like it. You should go for it.
Vice president.
Now we're talking.
I can see you as a Joe Biden character. Hey Jack. Hey Jack.
Full fat.
You seen that video?
No.
He was talking to a guy. And he's like, "He fat." Like,
He's such a freaking old man.
I like when they're talking about his conversation with Putin. Is it
Yeah,
Putin? And
yeah.
he's like, what were you guys talking about?
You. He sends his best regards. I'm like, what a geezer. What a guy.
But yeah, I agree with the statement that Republicans who called out Trump for his actions and then didn't vote to convict him are definitely doing it to hold their votes.
Absolutely. Because it doesn't make sense.
I mean, a lot of these establishment Republicans are up for primary in 2022, and it's not going to be pretty for them if they run someone who's farther right than them that supports Trump when a good chunk of conservative Americans still see him as the head of the party.
Ridiculous. He's been out of the Republic.
Yeah.
The last episode, did we talk about Green?
I think we talked
Green?
about Marjorie Taylor Greene.
I wasn't here.
what?
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
I've heard the name.
Majority?
Major.
Marjorie.
What'd she do?
She
got fired, dude.
For what?
she's a congresswoman from Georgia. I think the 5th district. She's a real basket case.
Yeah, you want to tell... You don't know about the Jewish laser?
Oh yeah, yeah, that's her. And then her and Liz Cheney duked it out in a battle on who would run the Republican Party.
They fought.
To the
Ridiculous.
death. It was to the death, man. It was to the death.
After this whole election...
Do you remember... Sorry. Do you remember when presidents used to duel each other?
Yeah.
Yeah, when they would walk outside and be...
Racist.
I'm pretty sure they would just do like a one.
Let me load up
I
my
think-
musket.
Didn't Andrew Jackson do that?
Yeah,
Like
I thought
he
he
just-
killed someone.
Yeah,
yeah.
he did.
That's pretty funny. I think we should go back.
There was
He had
there-
like 14 duels during his presidency.
Jesus!
That's what I would do if I was president. I'd duel people.
There's one
I feel like
guy...
they should just thumb wrestle.
There was one guy...
Whoever wins.
He either like stabbed someone, like there was a knife in his cane, or he beat someone with his cane. And after that, like, no more
Oh,
canes.
that was Martin Van Buren.
Yeah. Was it what is like a
It was a
knife?
cane.
Anymore?
Well,
He wasn't
they
a
can't have
president.
him in the House, I think, or in the Senate somewhere. Like
No canes in the house. Let's leave them outside.
Goodbye, John McCain.
Oh. Why would you say that?
Because he's a cane. He's a McCain.
McCain.
I thought I had like a Mandela effect
He wasn't in
moment.
the house.
He died, right?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
died.
I thought that I had saw like a video with Tupac's. What's that song where he sings about people dying? It's like,
Dead people song.
what's that song? But it was a video of that over like Robin Williams clips, and I thought it was over John McCain. I forgot.
You thought Robin Williams was John McCain?
Yes. What are you looking at? You playing Angry Birds?
No, I'm trying to look up the cane thing, but
Well, yeah, they're not allowed anymore. They used to be gangster back then.
Yeah.
And now they're like, the Jewish space laser is causing the wildfires in liberal land California.
Yeah.
Golly, George Soros, blah, 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 blah. We get it, I'm anti-Semitic.
Yeah. Dude, they used to hate black people back then.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me go back. It was a senator called Charles Sumner. He.
Oh no.
What?
Is this the one where he beat an abolitionist almost to death?
Oh, jeez.
I think so. Let me see.
Was it a radical...
It was a cane abolitionist.
Okay, so it became
She wanted to abolish cane, so he beat the shit out of her with one.
a member of the House of Reps entered the Senate chamber and savagely beat a senator into unconsciousness. The inspiration came after 3 days earlier when Senator Charles Sumner, a Massachusetts anti-slavery Republican, addressed the Senate on the explosive issue whether Kansas should be admitted to the Union as a slave-free state.
That reminds me, we watched a pro-slavery PragerU video.
Yeah.
Where the Robert E. Lee actually killed a tyrannical someone who was violently trying to get rid of slavery. And they're like, we should keep his statue. No. That's crazy. This whole game of life, left, right, blue, red is insane. We're about to run out of time.
I want to go to Canada.
I don't want to go anywhere.
I want to learn how to
Canadian?
play Yahtzee. Because I don't...
I'll just go back to Mexico.
You never
Me
been?
too.
I've been to Mexico.
I mean, you never lived there.
For a short
Close
time.
enough.
For a week.
Yeah. It was more like
My life
like
in
a
Mexico can be summed up in a page.
My body is here, but my heart's in Mexico.
I knew we gotta wrap up, but this reminds me. I had he was someone in my life who was like a known. I gotta use my words carefully. He wasn't the biggest fan of Hispanics. And supported a certain former president. But they made a song like, I love my senorita from the south of the border. I'm like, shut up. Alright.
Who?
This is episode 5. We're back. Sorry, I skipped last week.
I mean, the last episode also had a week in between, so.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, it did.
It was 1 week after the other.
No.
I thought there was a weekend.
Yeah, there was a week in between.
there was?
Yeah.
Yeah. We were gonna film with George, but
Yeah.
anyways.
But we'll be back again. I think we can do weekly. What do you guys think? All for one for all? Alright, we're going to close it out with a video of Chris and I dancing to Anthony playing music.
Oh, it wasn't really me playing music. I was just strumming the ukulele along with the song.
Beautiful. Thank you guys.